let me take this opportunity to welcome you to the Family Research Council. I'm Charmaine Yoest. I'm the Vice President of Communications, and it is our very great honor to have representatives from the National Education Association here today at the Family Research Council. We are so excited and energized to hear about the amazing work that they are doing from within the NEA to represent the pro-life cause, and we are so pleased to have them here today to talk about that. In order to kick things off, we have Bob Pawson, who is the head of pro-life educators and students. Bob, please come join us.
Thank you to Family Research Council for providing their offices for this purpose. There will be a series of speakers. The first several will be from the National Education Association as delegates or members like myself. And we have spokespersons from a number of pro-life organizations around the country. The NEA leadership must become truly and unquestionably neutral on abortion, totally disengaged from the issue. NEA delegates must repeal the NEA's so-called Family Planning Resolution and Business Item 1990-65 regarding Roe v. Wade. No more collaboration with pro-abortion groups like Planned Parenthood, NARAL, and NOW. It is illogical, immoral, unethical, and unprofessional for a teachers' union to engage in abortion advocacy. The NEA leadership is supposed to use our dues monies to protect our jobs and careers. Aborting babies, aborting future students, also aborts teachers' jobs and careers. It's kind of stupid for any teachers' organization to be pro-abortion, and like the kids say, no duh. Pro-life NEA members across America can help remedy this situation by running for office at all levels of the union, especially run to become delegates to the annual NEA convention. Let's regain control over the NEA. It is our union. Let's restore proper stewardship over our professional association and our profession. Let's truly neutralize the NEA and its state affiliates on abortion and a host of other social, political, and moral issues. Don't quit the NEA. Take it back. Rescue the NEA. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Judy Bruns, a board member of Teachers Saving Children Incorporated National, a middle school teacher in Ohio, co-founder of Harbor House Maternity Home, and a 10-year delegate at NEA representative assemblies. I was told by the chair that through the words reproductive freedom in our resolutions document, NEA supports, among other things, the choice to abort after the first trimester, after viability, up to and including delivery, that there are no limitations. This response underlies the semantic gymnastics of the term reproductive freedom. Another recent example of word games occurred at my last state affiliate rep assembly in Ohio, where reproductive freedom was defined as including the decision to carry a pregnancy to term or to abbreviate the pregnancy. Now, in my language arts classes, my students abbreviate words. We don't use the term to refer to stopping a baby's heart from beating. Semantic gymnastics. Our union leadership needs to stop the word games.
My name is Sissy Jockman. I'm a second grade teacher in the Pittsburgh area and a board member of a pregnancy care center and have been a delegate to the NEA for 8 years, including this year. I'm also chair of the NEA Conservative Educators Caucus. The CEC was formed with the primary purpose of advocating for core democratic principles, including truth, justice, equality, and life. Also, for safeguarding these principles from unwarranted compromise and abandonment in the NEA. We want NEA policy to focus its resources on efforts and investments that will directly enhance the quality education that we need and the optimum employment conditions for the NEA members. We call for the NEA to avoid policies that would divert union resources from this focus. One such policy that CEC members have repeatedly opposed on the floor of the NEA Representative Assembly is Resolution I-15, which supports the right to so-called reproductive freedom. I have documented in my hand here new business items and amendments to NEA resolutions that Conservative Educators Caucus members have proposed on the convention floor over the past 7 years. Through these proposals, we have urged the NEA to disengage completely from the abortion issue by taking a position of no position on abortion, a move that would confirm their claim to neutrality on this divisive, non-educational issue.
Good morning. It's good to be here, and I'm thanking the Lord for the opportunity to stand on the behalf of our children and also address the institution that is now collaborating with Planned Parenthood and major abortion providers to the decimation of the African American community. I want you to know, NEA, that this collaboration has done more to hurt African Americans than any other affliction. African Americans survived slavery, they survived Jim Crow laws, but now, due to your collaboration and teaching in our classroom, we're embracing the most destructive practice in America. You are allowing the levying on our children values that are only hurtful and painful. For every 5 African American women that get pregnant, 3 will choose to abort. For the first time in our nation's history, we are below replacement level, 1.97. This is due to embracing the culture of death that has also brought forth terrible and horrific health ramifications on women that endure abortion. This is not being taught, this is not being shared, and it's time for us to stop the politicking and the abuse of the positions that we hold. The NEA should be of high ideals, and it should have values that communicate its constituency. At this present time, African Americans are being decimated by the abortion industry, and we, out of every ethnic group in the country, are affected by abortion the most. When the allegations of racism and the proven practices which are fraudulent that you indeed choose to collaborate and join partners with, we must question the leadership of the NEA. I also question the NEA, indeed, in its endorsement of those who are going to perpetuate and continue this decimation of my community. The Freedom of Choice Act is something that the Democratic forerunner right now says would be one of the first things he would do if elected. I don't think the NEA should be in the business of endorsing candidates that are going to continue the decimation of the African American community. But let me go back in closing to someone else who flip-flopped on an issue. Abortion is black genocide. What happens to a mind of a person and the moral fabric of a nation that can abort a baby without a pang of conscience? Where will we be 20 years from today? That was the voice of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Also, I just currently understood that Barack Obama promising inner city help to our children in failing schools has now flip-flopped on that position. Just as Reverend Jackson, just as Obama, when it comes to the presidency, our own agendas are more important than the children we're supposed to serve. Let's stop the decimation. Let's stop the orientation of death in our classrooms, and let, for the first time, the NEA get back to its goal of upward mobility for the children that they serve and not political lobbyists. Thank you.